What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Duck Fields. And before we get into anything, man, make sure you like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Say what's up, say what you want to, say what's on your mind. But hey, today we're getting into that Tosh. Tosh.0. If you watch the show, how do 90% of Americans have jobs? I'm gonna be honest with you. Humans are pretty dumb. Americans are pretty stupid. Just wide view. We're pretty dumb, man. Not gonna lie. I mean, you could say our education system is kind of lagging, and our skill sets are, it's not all the way there. We value things that are really weird. Sports, we value that way too much. Money, we value that way too much. We just value shit that isn't really on the academic level. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's Tosh.0, Tosh. If you remember back in the MySpace days, I would watch this shit all the fucking time, bro. He was like one of the first dudes on social media that was talking shit constantly. So that's why I fucked with them. Hope you fuck with them too, because that's what we're gonna do today, man. But hey, less talking, more watching, like always. Deep breath, gang. But hey, all my Tosh.0 stands out there. Let's get into it.
Great to be here in America. Yeah.
America.
The greatest country in the world, if you haven't traveled a lot.
What is it? I don't understand that. If you've born and raised in America and you say it's the greatest, but you've never been anywhere else, like, I'm not trying to shit on America, but it's like, yo, you haven't even been outside of America, so, and we're showing images that aren't 100% accurate about other countries, so how can you just straight out say that? Oh, look at the stats, Dallas. Look at the stats on the websites. Man, shut the fuck up. Listen, experience is a crazy thing. So, unless you experience another country, like I haven't, so I think America, it's a good country. Yeah, I'd say that. But is it the best? I don't know. I don't fucking know. But hey, just my little 2 cents.
Do we have to constantly scream we're number one? It's always the people that live in the most boring parts of this country that scream the loudest. People in Kansas, we're the greatest country in the world. It's like, do you guys have internet there? You ever seen a photo of Fiji? I've never been to Fiji, but I've seen photos. It looks pretty amazing. It's hard to think we're better than that. We're top 10. Maybe if we started screaming that every day, maybe terrorists would stop trying to saw our heads off. We're top 10. And they'd be like, that's fair. It was that number one stuff that was getting old. America's basically turned into one of these factories where we just have a sign up, like, it's been 22 days since our last horrible thing. And it's like, oh, all right, rip it down, we're back at zero again.
That's the thing. From what I've seen and read up on, maybe our military can be considered in a debate for the best. Everything else, hey, it's a toss-up, man. Hey, I mean, is it good to have military? Yes. But I'm just saying, why do we have, like, okay, let me put it like this. We got 100 guys that are really good, but we don't need 100. We can use like 25 and they'll get the job done. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got overkill. Like, we don't need to have that much of an army, you know. I feel like we got way too many. I mean, hey, just my little thought.
These things just keep happening, you know, whether it's Ferguson or Baltimore. I can solve racist cops. That's an easy fix. But nobody comes to me for the answers. You want to get rid of that forever? How about this? Only black people should be allowed to be cops. Boom, problem solved. And if any of you have issue with this, it's because you're racist. Well, what about white people? White people can be firefighters. We're more outdoorsy, it makes sense.
Wow.
White people, firefighters, black people, cops. Who wants tickets to the softball game now? Yeah, it's gonna get pretty tense. Might wanna put in a mercy rule. And the next time we have one of these tragedies, inevitably we will, and you happen to be so unfortunate enough to know the person that's being accused of the crime, do us all a favor and don't get on TV the next day and be like, I lived next to him for 32 years. I never could have seen this coming. Maybe you should be locked up for 6 months. I find nothing more disrespectful. You never could have seen it coming. I've never met anyone in my entire life that I couldn't wrap my brain around the fact that they are capable of awful things. Literally no one.
I hate those stories. It's like, oh my God, he was such a good kid, or he or she, whatever, they were such a good kid. I never would have seen this coming. Bitch, you lying. There has to be warning signs. All them fucking notes he had plastered on his walls talking about, I'll kill this individual because they bullied me. You think that was jokes? It's pretty dark. You gotta see the signs.
My mom could blow up a nursery. And if you put me on TV the next day and I was completely honest with myself, I'd be like, I can fucking see it. No, it makes sense. Sometimes when I was a kid, I'd come home from school, she wasn't happy to see me. I think she hates children. Ladies, know that every man you're sitting next to tonight, if you could get into their head and see every thought they have ever had, you would immediately pull out a gun and blow your head off. Because trust me, they're capable of anything. All day long, every day, nothing but twisted, weird, awful shit is just going round and round and round. And what do you do at night? You snuggle up next to them because you're so happy that you're not alone. And I think that says more about you. That notion that your parents raised you on, stand by your man, if you're insane. The second your man gets accused of anything, you immediately distance yourself. Just be like, I don't know what the fuck he's into.
I've seen instances of that. Like, yo, if that person is toxic, it doesn't matter, man, woman, whatever. If that person is toxic and you continuously pull yourself to be with them, ooh, that you're in for a hurting. Like, let's just say your partner was drugging some motherfuckers, or shit, drugging you. It's like, yeah, I'd probably get out of there, I ain't no psychologist, but those are some red flags.
Buy clothes in the next town, we'll forgive you. By the way, I do love this country. We're the only place with any diversity. The entire planet's segregated. You realize that when you watch international sports. Like, I was trying to watch the World Cup, despite hating it. I get it, soccer's the most popular sport on the planet. That's because half the world can't afford AC. And that's about how long you have to run just to get tired enough to fall asleep in these godforsaken countries. You ever try to gamble on soccer? What's the over-under, 0.5? How much time's left? It's a secret. I'm out. But we have diversity, other teams don't. Or if you look at the Olympics, you look at our US gymnastics squad, we have an Asian girl, a white girl, a black girl. Look at the Chinese squad. Any guesses? Did you guess exclusively Chinese bitches? Yeah, that's all that's ever been on that team. That's all that will ever be on that team. Then they wonder why they're not getting golds anymore. Well, you better get a Harlem in China. You think snapping together iPads all day is tough? It is not as tough as it used to be. Now they have suicide nets around their building so they can jump out, bounce right back. Sorry, boss, just need some fresh air. Back.
I feel terrible for laughing, but bro, that's that dark humor, bro. But yeah, America is pretty diverse. I mean, there's racism in every inch of the globe, people. Some places it's prevalent, some places it's not. But America's pretty damn diverse. There's a lot of problems, but hey, just gotta continue to move forward and knock them down. Knock down all the problems. That's all you can hope for.
To making Americans more stuff, you got it.
Okay.
This is a tough joke to do as a white comedian, but here goes. Because where this country is now, from where we came from, is pretty remarkable. There's nothing more shameful in our country's past than slavery. Okay, that's horrible. But I've grown up in a generation where I've idolized black people my entire life. They are better at everything. So the fact that we pulled off slavery.
Oh, God.
I've already said it's awful. That's off the table. I'm just saying it's kind of neat. I mean, at any point, they could have been like, you know we can just run away, right? And you will never catch us. And if you do, we will beat the living shit out of you. All right, that's about how well that joke should go over. There's a fine line between appreciating the sarcasm and, ooh, this feels like a rally.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, well, from what we've been taught in school, I mean, I guess it'd be different from you maybe, but in Africa, how they got the upper hand was they had superior weapons, you know? And in America, it's new land. You don't know where the fuck you're going. So for them to run away, it's, yeah, you can run, but it's like, if you're just fresh off the boat, you don't know where you're going. You don't know anything. So it was just a fucked up situation.
And you did well.
Fucked up history.
That's a joke I do not do everywhere. That's a joke if the audience gets a little too excited, I shut it down. You start hearing a couple yee-haws, trouble's a brewing. As soon as yee-haw hits a certain octave, hate crime and T minus 10, 9. The unemployment rate in our country is around 6.5%. I'm told that's pretty good. I could care less. I wish a president would have the balls to say what I'm about to. 10% of Americans don't deserve jobs. Good night. Like, that's a number I can get my head around. Of course, there's exceptions to that. That's not who we're talking about. But if you don't think 10% of Americans are lazy pieces of shit, then you have never traveled anywhere. Because the number that blows me away is that over 90% of Americans have jobs. Who the fuck is hiring you morons? Because I wouldn't. The sense of entitlement, everyone thinks they deserve more than they have. No one's content. Young kids, I won't even talk to them anymore because you parents have done such a bang-up job. Jeez. If I meet one more kid and ask him what he wants to do when he gets older, and he replies, I want to be famous like you, I'm gonna kick him in his teeth. You're never gonna be famous. Never. You have no chance. I didn't get here because I work hard. I have a gift from God. Everybody gets their 15 minutes of fame, buddy. Excuse me? That's an average. Yeah, that's 0 for you, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 20 years, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Everybody gets 15 minutes. You know Andy Warhol was on drugs when he said that, right? He didn't think he'd be quoted for the rest of eternity, let alone taken seriously as an artist. You ever go into like a cute local cafe and an artist has their work for sale on the walls? Has anybody ever not walked up, looked at the price, and gone, who the fuck do they think they are? Just once, I'd like to walk into somebody's home and be like, wow, that is a beautiful piece. Where did you get it? And they're like, oh, funny story. I was getting a spinach wrap the other day for lunch, and I had $750 burning a hole in my pocket. And I was like, hey guys, unbolt this from your urinal and get it into my living room. You know what the unemployment rate in China is? Neither do I, because I'm American, I'm fucking stupid. It's gotta be low, right? Those people get up at 3 in the morning to practice the violin for 4.5 hours, then they work on math for 12 hours, and whatever's left, they're ninjas. If you think for 1 second we will ever catch up with them, you are out of your mind. Just sit at home and be patient until they take over. And quite frankly, they deserve our country. I go, oh shit, China's here. Do we take off our shoes? How does this work?
I think it's because we got freedom, man. People choose to not do shit. And some people choose to do shit. So, slippery slope. But hey, let me know what you guys think of the video in the comments down below. Say what's up, say what you want to, say what's on your mind. But hey, appreciate you guys, love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, hold on, I got something. I'm gonna keep this in here. It's kind of funny to me. If you don't think it's funny, well then you can go kick rocks, motherfucker. See y'all later. Peace.
Fucker right in the pussy.